Hello mga besh! Welcome back to my channel. Ito ulit ang inyong lingkod na si Mercy na bumabati sa inyo na isang magandang araw pa sa inyong lahat dyan. So kung hindi ka pa nag-subscribe, please don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification bell para ma-update ka sa mga upcoming vlogs natin like this. So ayan mga besh, today we're going to talk about one of my peperomias, which is Peperomia Afterglow or Peperomia Graveolens. So, ito siya mga besh. So, ayan. So, in this video, I'm going to discuss about this plant and also how to take care of this plant and how to propagate this plant just like this. So, if you want to know more, just keep on watching until the end para ma-update ka in how did I make it. So, ayan mga besh, tara, samahan niyo ako. Peperomia Graveolens care or growing succulent Propagation Peperomia. Peperomia Graveolens is an ornamental plant and perennial plant and one of the many Peperomia plant species from the family of Peperaceae. This plant is native to southern Ecuador and well known in two subpopulation, firstly in Onia River and secondly in Loja Province. Peperomia Graveolens care tips. Size and growth. The plant is a mini shrub growing about 10 inches in height. Growing indoor plants may grow taller as they stretch for light. Peperomia Graveolens sprouts gleaming red stem in wine red color and has succulent leaves which are also wine red shade except for the upper part of the plant where it has translucent V-shaped window that allows the process of photosynthesis. Flowering and fragrance. The flower racemes are simple and resembles a rat tail. It seems like powdery lime green in color to the naked eye and usually grows up to 3 inches in height. The Peperomia Graveolens, however, grow in a long stem of plant and are rather tiny. They are no real scent and are in shade and yellow-white. However, Graveolens means bad smelling. So get your nose close enough and you will smell a unpleasant color of the flower of this peperomia. Light and temperature. Graveolens peperomia grows easily under bright light, but does best when placed away from direct sunlight. The best location for ruby glow peperomia is indoor near a window facing east or north, or where your plant can get enough sunlight. The ideal temperature of Peperomia Graveolens is between 65 degrees to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. It does not like cold and it's best to avoid a temperature below 60 degrees Fahrenheit because this plant is not cold hardy. For watering and feeding of Peperomia, water Peperomia Graveolens moderately but be consistent with watering when the plant is growing. Water so the soil gets moist but not soggy, same as our succulent plant. When watering, make sure that the first inch of the soil Peperomia glow dries out before watering more. Decrease the watering during winter months because this plant doesn't like winter days. The major issue of growing most Peperomia plants is water related. As mentioned above, Peperomia Afterglow prefers the soil to be steady moist but not soggy. When overwatered, the plant tends to wilt and get scab raised protrusion throughout their leaves. This is typically not alarming if your plants start losing their bottom leaves. However, if there is major leaf drop, it is recommended to adjust the temperature or check the fertilizer because it might be due to your temperature issue or your fertilizer. For soil and transplanting, Graveolens prefer moist, humus-rich peat, based, well-draining soil, or sometimes, ideally, I'm using my Peperomia a succulent plant mix is 1 part perlite and sand and 2 part of peat, so to make it a well-drained soil. It is ideal to use half-strength balanced fertilizer twice in growing season. So it might be during summer or spring season. For grooming and maintenance of this Peperomia Graveolens might need pruning a few times a year if it gets out of hand or scraggly or growing tall or growing leggy. When cutting tips, keep the following in mind. Start with leaves that are the lowest pair. Cut the tip from leaves. This plant doesn't require extra maintenance aside from usual house plant care. So this makes the Peperomia Graveolens easy to care. Tips on propagating Peperomia Graveolens. So this is how we propagate our Peperomia Graveolens. The easiest way to propagate peperomias is by rooting the stem tip cutting when grooming the plant. Ensure you cut 3 inches to 4 inches tip cutting, leaving 2 to 3 leaves. Dip the bottom in a rotting powder and place the cutting in a pot with 50% peat moss and 50% perlite as a starting soil, or you can use your usual succulent soil mix. Ensure that the soil is moist and place the potted cuttings in an area with indirect or partial light. These little plants can also be propagated by leaf cutting. So, we're going to try leaf cuttings of this plant just like how we do it in our succulent. I never had a chance to do leaf cutting before, but now I'm going to try. It is best to experiment a little and try out a few stem cuttings and leaves to determine which method of propagation works for you. So for me, I'm going to try stem cutting, and then I'm going to plant it directly to the moistened soil, and the other one I'm going to soak it on the water and wait until the cutting will develop some roots, and then that's the time that I'm going to plant my Peperomia. I will try also some leaves propagation. I don't know if this one is gonna work with me, but I'll let you know if it is. Avoid overwatering, and once it starts growing, move it to a bigger pot so they have more room to grow. Common problem or diseases of Peperomia Graveolens. The plant doesn't suffer from many diseases or pest issue other than overwatering. So most of the problem of our Peperomia Ruby Graveolens or Ruby Glow is overwatering. However, it is best to be on the lookout of white fly, spider mites, or mealybugs, because sometimes this plant will be affected with this kind of pest, especially if our plant was placed next to the other plant which is infected with this kind of pest. So there is a possibility that your plant might get infested as well. Look for cottony white masses on the leaves or stems, so that's the sign that your plant has been infected. You might see a few leaf spots. Moreover, Ruby Glow starts rooting if it's keep the soil too moist. Cold temperatures and wetness should be avoided because this is the common problem of Peperomia Graveolens. Your Peperomia Graveolens doesn't like wet soil. That's why we need to use a well-draining soil just like our succulent. And also we just need to keep the soil moist but not soggy because your Peperomia is prone to stem rot or root rot due to overwatering. When potting your peperonias, make sure that you are using a pot with a hole at the bottom because it allows the water in the soil to drain freely so adequate air is available for the roots. So, ayan mga besh, I hope nag-enjoy po kayo sa ating propagation and also sa ating topics today about how to take care our Peperomia Graveolens or afterglow. So, kung nagustuhan nyo to, kindly hit like and also share it with your friends. At kung hindi ka pa nag-subscribe, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell para ma-update ka sa mga upcoming vlogs natin like this. So, ayan mga besh, yan lang po today. Bye-bye for now. I'll see you next time mga besh.